Hello and welcome. It's the Daycare Lady. It is a new year. It's 2020, and I just want to get right down to business. The last time I did a video, I left off with me. I stopped because I went to school, mom being sick. A year later, I'm almost done with my master's. I have 4 classes to complete. I'll be done this fall because there's some gaps in between the classes. My mother's doing a little bit better. But anyways, let's just jump right in. I want to talk about that last center that I was opening when I did my last video. Now listen, I learned a valuable lesson that I want to share with you. I learned, first of all, I bought the property in the city. Well, it has a city of Flint address, but it's in Mount Morris Township. So, city of Flint address, Mount Morris Township. Okay, so I bought the property in March 2018. And once I got everything done, we were all set to go, ready to open. The building was done, everything, all my inspections was done, the new paint jobs was done, the carpet was cleaned, the vents was cleaned out, lead inspection done, licensing inspection done, everything was done. So this is how I found out we were in Mount Morris Township. I got, my daughter went by and she said, somebody put a note on the door. I was like, what are you talking about? And she read the note. It says, to evacuate the property as soon as possible. You cannot operate this business, da 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 da. But anyways, when she sent me the picture, I called the township and I asked them, why was the note on the door? Do I need a lawyer? And they was like, no, you just have to obtain your business license through Mount Morris. And I was like, my business license? I said, I already did that. I applied with the state of Michigan. They was like, no, you have to apply through us. So I said, okay, can you tell me how I do this? Needless to say, anyways, I end up getting a letter in the mail. It was a certified letter, and it just basically confirms what the note on the door says. It just tells me to cease and desist all construction activity. We had a wheelchair ramp up, which really wasn't for the wheelchair. It was really for to evacuate with cribs. That is one of the reasons why we put that up. So we had to take that down. We had to tear that down. But listen, let me tell you about the journey. The journey just began with this letter, the cease and desist letter. Okay, so fast forward, I called them and I asked them, what do I need to do? So they told me that I need to go before the Planning Commission, which I've done before. I did it with the city of Flint. I had to go before the Planning Commission and the Planning Board before I opened my center in Flint, my very first center. Okay, so I get to I go ahead and do the steps to get before the Planning Commission. It cost me $725, yeah. Just to go before them. And when I went before them, they gave me this site plan fact sheet. So I'm thinking, okay, they told me to not operate in April, which I wasn't going to anyways, because I really just felt like the timing wasn't right. Okay, so that was in April. Then I go before the Planning Commission. The meeting date was May 6, 2019. So I get before them and and I tell them what my plans were. It was very brief, what my plans were. And then I also, when they gave me this, I'm like, what is this? I was like, I could have completed this stuff in the time that it took, that I'm just sitting there waiting to go before them. But let me share some things that I had to do. I had to, we had to have the parking lot done. Seal all the cracks, had a dumpster enclosure done. We had to open up the play area. We were short maybe, I want to say about 1,500 square feet short on the playground. I had to pay, I had to pay for some water stuff. To this day, I don't even know what that is. But I had to pay, and that was $3,500. I had to pay $3,500 for them to do something with the water usage or something pertaining to that. But anyways, I ended up paying it. I took my time doing it because at that time I was trying to decide if I really wanted to go ahead with this or to put the building back up for sale. But anyways, once I paid the $3,700, it was to the Genesee County Waste for services. I don't even know. I can't even begin to explain it. But anyways, this is the letter. I had to pay $3,700, and they end up sending me $2,000 back because the fees didn't apply to whatever they wanted me to pay. I was happy to get the check back, so I didn't even bother with that. But let me fast forward. So I end up getting my certificate of occupancy September 2019, and that was $45. The building inspector had to come in. He had to go through the building to make sure that it was conducive to childcare, I guess. But needless to say, it was a daycare there before. So I assumed by it being a daycare that I could just go in and operate a daycare if I passed all my inspections that the state of Michigan require. Needless to say, how wrong was I? But anyways, okay. So, let me tell you this. We had to do this, had to do like a map of the area. We had to, which we had to do anyways because we had to do it for licensing. We had to do the layout. You have to do a layout for your building that's posted on all your doors. We did this already for licensing anyway, so that was no big deal. But when he came in, he checked all of my, he checked everything. But one thing I didn't do, the emergency lights, they are hardwired. So none of them work. So I had to go order new batteries or new lights for them to be installed. So what I did was I bought them all, but then when my husband checked them, really the battery just needed changing. And I like the way they look, so I end up keeping those and sending the other ones back. Those batteries was maybe like about, I want to say about $30 or $40 a piece, and I think it was like 4. And then I had to install another emergency light at the basement exit. And I said, how is a light gonna go here? He was like, I don't know. So I had to figure that out. But anyways, I asked him, I said, you know what? If I have to do anything else, I'm putting this building back up for sale. And I meant that. And he was like, no, I'm going to go ahead and give you the license. So I went on and paid the $45 and got my license that day. It was September. No, it expired September 18th. But anyways, I got it in September of 2019, which was last year. And we started operating October 14th of last year. But what I want to say to you is, when you buy, before you buy or before you, whatever you decide you want to do, make sure you know what city you're in and what township you're in, because they can have one address in a different township and you think you're buying in that city or township and you're not. So just by me experiencing this, it was an eye-opener. It really was. We did expand the playground area, and he told me, he said, you know, I'm really not concerned about that. I said, what? I said, oh, okay. I said, but I'm glad we did it because I want to make that a natural play area in the spring. But let's just go over this timeline that it took me. Bought the property in March 2018. Got licensed by the state of Michigan, April 2019. Got the business license September 2019, and we started operating October 2019. So that's a year and 7 months. And I'm gonna tell you, in that time, we've been spending money all along. Everything in the building was pretty much done, but we still had to put in all this money to get open and operating because of the township that building resided in. Not only did I have to do that, but I had to pay the property taxes, I combined 2 lots that the play area sat on. I just went ahead and combined them. And then I had to do a letter of intent saying that I will pay the property taxes when it comes up in time for the property to be combined. So I had to do that. And once I did that, I guess we were good to go. But I'm telling you, it was a journey. It was a journey. And only thing I could say to you, if you ever decide to buy property, make sure that you know what city, what township you're in, that you know what their ordinance is, their rules, their regulations. Just because it was a daycare there doesn't mean that everything is going to transfer over to you, unless he told me it would have if I had bought the building from them when they were operating. The building had sat for almost 2 years before I got it. I don't know why I assumed that because it was a daycare there, that I would just immediately go in and do what I need to do and get open and operating. It was a lesson learned. It was a costly lesson learned. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna share the video of the center with you, and I will do that a little bit later. But I just wanted you to know that I'm back, and I need you to subscribe, and I need you to follow me. But anyways, you all have a great day, and I will talk to you later. Bye.